What is going on, guys? What is going on? It is the SpotLight Sports Talk Podcast. I am your host, Coach D. Got my little man's here. You want to throw your stuff out there, man?
Yeah, my name is Ep.5 on Instagram, aka Ep.5 on Robots, aka Ep.5 on Twitter. Follow me on all them.
Even on Roblox.
Do all that stuff. Yeah.
Guys, yo, this kid is something else. Let me tell y'all. He knows this stuff, man. But I'm here. We're here. I got Trevor here from Sports Ruffians, man. You see the shirt. You know, he's definitely in the building. He went 9-6.
For both of them, yup. I feel like I did better than last week, but I'm back at it, though.
Then, yeah, y'all both went 9-6, so y'all did better than last week's, man.
Yeah.
Then we got Nakia in the building. She on her way home from work, but she's still here and made it on time, you know. So, without further ado, we got my special guest here.
What up? What up?
I know you got that slogan for us.
Man, I don't know. I'm going to have to steal a URL slogan, man.
You might just throw a battle rap slogan for a sports podcast. But, hey, listen. It is what it is, man. We got everybody in the building to do these picks. So let's just get straight to the nitty-gritty, man. I went 10-5. Here went 8-7. Trev went 9-6. Hopefully, these picks can get better for y'all because I feel like I'm on the road with this one. I feel confident. In my picks these weeks, man. I feel it. So let's get straight into Thursday night football. New England Patriots at home versus the Indianapolis Colts. Before we go, because we did our picks already earlier, I'm gonna let y'all go first. Whoever want to go first with this game.
I go New England.
Go ahead.
I go New England.
That's just ain't nothing else to say about that.
Yeah, Coach got too many injuries, bro. You know, I mean, they missing Hilton, they missing Ebron, they got too many injuries, man. They gotta depend on my man Hines to run the ball and catch the ball, because Ryan Grant ain't consistent. He ain't gonna catch the ball the whole daggone game. You feel me? So I mean, I think New England. You know what I'm saying? Like, we might see another. I can't say a good New England defense because New England defense is not good, you know. But we might see another game like last week, especially with Edelman coming back. But I don't think Edelman's gonna. I don't think he's gonna be a factor this game. I think Josh Gordon gonna be the factor of this game.
It's not even nothing to talk about. New England.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with New England just because I picked the Dolphins last week and that turned out bad. I mean, even though it was a sleeper pick, I just feel like, you know, they could have pulled it off, but they couldn't. I'm not going against Tom Brady again. I usually don't. Thought the Dolphins were going to take it. Josh Gordon, I think, is going to get his. He only played 18 out of 80 snaps, and I'm, like, monitoring that because I got him in every single league except for one. So I'm definitely going to go with the Patriots. I don't think it's going to be close. Maybe in, like, the first quarter, and then they'll just take off on them.
It's going to be a boring Thursday night game. That recap is going to be horrible.
Well, we already made our picks, and we put the score out for this picks. I got the Patriots winning 24-17. It might be more than that. I'm kind of mad that Hines went off, and I dropped him for Wilkins this last week, and I still won in Trevor's league. I'm 4-0 in his league right now, so I don't know what's happening with these RB2s, man. I'm just getting lucky with these wins for some reason, but I don't see nothing what luck can do with them. But I'm going with the Patriots 24-17. Who you got, man?
I got the Patriots 28-14 because the Colts, they don't have a very good defense. They don't have a good secondary. They don't have
offensive line stinks.
They don't have an offensive line, and the part is the Patriots got an offensive line and somewhat better defense than the Colts. So I got the Patriots.
Great.
Say no more. So we going straight into the next game. We got the Tennessee Titans coming off the upset, going up against the Buffalo Bills. I took this as 24-17 as well. This might be a good game. The Bills is going to score this week, but I got the Titans winning this game. There's really nothing else to talk about.
You have to say that. The Bills are going to score this week.
Mariota's back. He definitely was using his legs against the Eagles. He don't have many weapons either. I don't think Derrick Henry is not like he was in Alabama. So I still think they need some running pieces. But I'm gonna take Tennessee in this pick.
I think I'd take Tennessee too. I think that's another boring game. I think it's gonna be a low-scoring game, like a really, really low-scoring game. I mean, the line for that game is what the over/under is 39. You know, I mean that's not gonna be who could throw the ball, who just got the better running back that know how to run. You know, and like I said, Derrick Henry ain't really been. I mean, like last year, he had one good game last year. One good game last year, but other than that, the man ain't been too much since Alabama. You know, so I mean, I do think Buffalo Bills is going to score. You know, I like Buffalo's quarterback. I think he wants to win. I just think he's in the wrong program right now to actually get that off. You know, but I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, bro, like 17-10. You know, 17-13. I can see that.
Yeah, I'm going to pick the Titans as well. Their defense has actually stepped up big this year, from beating Philly to beating the Jaguars. Like, even though they both are struggling on offense, the Titans' defense has just been that good. I'm definitely going to go with the Titans. I say 24-17. I'll say 24-17, just like you did. So I'm going to pick the Titans in this one. The Bills just don't have enough for me.
Facts. I like that. I like that pick with the Titans. I just feel like I think the momentum they got from winning in overtime is going to go over into the Bills game. Especially they're going to be in Buffalo, but I really don't see a difference in that. I think they could win on the road as well. So we got another good game coming up in the 1 o'clock slot where you got the Atlanta Falcons going into Pittsburgh against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I am still taking the Pittsburgh Steelers here. Falcons don't play well on the road. They are a dome team, and Pittsburgh plays better while they at home. I just don't care for the Atlanta Falcons defense. They can't cover God if he was invisible. So with that being said, I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I got it 28-24. I still think it's going to be a good game. It's just that defensively, it's not going to be a good game. Matt Ryan's still going to put up his numbers. Ben going to put up his numbers. I just don't care for the Falcons defense. I'm taking Pittsburgh.
Can I say something? I picked the same score, 28-24 Steelers. That's all I gotta say.
So we already did our pick. So
I'm actually going with the Steelers on this one too. Atlanta allowed 30 points a game, bro. You know, you get Big Ben, you allow Big Ben 30 points a game, he gonna kill you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with or without Le'Veon. You know what I'm saying? With or without Le'Veon. You know?
Le'Veon who? Like I said last week, Le'Veon who? Got James Conner. I mean,
you know. So I mean,
Le'Veon's coming back.
Yeah, they say he's coming back in like 2 weeks or something like that, or next week or something like that.
Yeah, I think they said like week 7 or 8, but like right after the bye.
Yeah. I feel like if Pittsburgh put pressure on if they put pressure on Matt Ryan, then which we haven't really seen too much of that from Pittsburgh putting pressure on a quarterback. I mean, their secondary is damn near close to nowhere. I'm trying to figure out if their secondary even better than Kansas City's secondary. You understand what I'm saying? But I still think Pittsburgh is going to pull this off. Pittsburgh is not going to keep losing. They do this every year. The first half of the year, they some slum. The second half of the year, they in the playoffs. So I got Pittsburgh. As far as the score, I mean, I can't really say to the score. I can't really say. I just know it's going to be over 45.
I'm going to go with the Steelers in this one as well. I feel like it's going to be a shootout. Matt Ryan's been playing lights out, but as far as the defense goes, they've been really sloppy. I know they're very injured as well. The Falcons are 1-3 right now, which is crazy. But the Steelers also have to look in their division, and the Bengals are pulling off at 3-1. So the Steelers, they've been in a lot of close games. I know that in order for them to get ahead in the division, they're definitely going to have to win this game and make a statement. So I'm going to go with the Steelers.
It's crazy because I have Matt Ryan and Ben, and I don't know who to start.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
But I think I'm going to go with Pittsburgh. I'm going to end up starting Ben, only because Atlanta's defense still kind of banged up. And like the other D said, 32 points a game is crazy, and Ben will go all over that. Ben has been using his tight ends, whether it's Jesse James, Vance McDonald.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting to him. James Conner's going to run. The defense steps up when needed. We're going to go Pittsburgh.
Feel sorry for the Falcons. You got so much firepower, but you can't win a game right now. It's just tough.
The two best wide receivers in the NFL going up against each other. I like that.
That's kind of interesting to say.
Antonio is my
Julio
number one,
versus
and then
Antonio. That's going to be
Antonio
great.
is my number one, and then Julio and then Odell.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be an interesting
Not
matchup.
Odell right now because he ain't found the end zone this year, but
Yeah, the highest paid receiver in the game can't find the end zone, but we can get into that when that game come up. So we got the Denver Broncos going up against the Jets. I don't care for the Jets, Jets. I don't care for them right now. The Broncos had a chance to win this game on Monday night, defensively and offensively, but it's Pat Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? But I do like the pass rush of Von Miller and Nick Chubb. I do like how Denver defense is playing. They didn't give up a lot of points against Kansas City. I just don't believe in Sam Darnold. It's the same way Trevor don't believe in Trubisky. I don't believe in Sam Darnold at all. I don't. I think he came out too early in the draft. He should have came out next year, but that's just my opinion. But I'm going with the Broncos here. I got the Broncos 27-10.
I got the Broncos 35-17.
I'm going to go with Denver. The pass rush is just going to be too much for Darnold. But Case Keenum need to utilize Demaryius Thomas more, I think. He got a big body. He's a veteran. He can play on the outside and in the slot. Mix him around a little bit. Get Demaryius involved. And you have a 1-2 punch with Freeman and Lindsey. That's another top 2 duo other than Kamara and Ingram. So, Denver.
I have to run for Denver also, and I agree. He do need to utilize Thomas a little more, you know. But like if you look at how Case Keenum played last year, you know, Thielen was his go-to, but Stephon Diggs was the one that put in the work. And it's the same thing with Denver. It's not the number 1 receiver in Denver that's going to put in the work. He's going to give it to the number 2 because he depends more on Sanders than Thomas, you know. I don't believe in Sam Darnold yet. It's something with him. He just ain't. I don't know. He don't appeal to me. He didn't appeal to me in college. He don't appeal to me now. You know what I'm saying? And I think Denver's pass rush is going to put a hurting on that board. It's going to put a hurting on that board. The only way the Jets have a chance is if their running back can have a good game and open up that pass. If they're running back to get past that Broncos defense, the Jets will have a good game. You know? And if you use my man Robbie Anderson a little bit, you know.
I don't understand why they not using. I know Anua is his number 1 receiver, but I'm not understanding why they don't use Robbie Anderson. He's just as great as Anua. Like, I'm not understanding this. Like,
yeah, they're just using him like a deep threat right now for some reason. He could do it all. Like, he can catch short passes. He's fast. He's taller. I don't know why they're not using him. But I'm also going to go with the Broncos. It was a tough loss for them last week. It's a bad loss for the defense, letting Mahomes drive downfield, throwing to his right, throwing to his left for like 30, 40 yards on like 3rd down and 15. I think they were on like a 3rd and 30, and they wind up getting a 1st down. It's the defense is playing angry this week, I feel like, and the Jets just going to have to be on the back end of that. So I'm not a Case Keenum fan, but the offense around him, even Cortland Sutton's getting his reps in now. Phillip Lindsay is a monster. I mean, he's small, tiny, but he's explosive. Like, it's crazy. If he would have just got me one more point in fantasy this week, I would have won. But,
I thought you was winning.
No, this is in my league. I played Khalil. I lost by 1 point, and all I had was Lindsey left. So, I mean, they're using the running backs. Figure they're all three of them rookies. Sutton's a rookie, Lindsey, and Freeman. So I feel like the offense is coming around. Once they get a QB that could do what it does, I feel like the Broncos will be back up there. But I'm gonna say Broncos defense wins them the game with the running game.
And one thing I can say about this Broncos team, y'all got our old offensive coordinator in Bill Musgrave. This is why Bill Musgrave should not be an offensive coordinator in the NFL. I'm just saying that now. Because the same way you're treating Demaryius Thomas is the same way you treated Amari Cooper last year. I'm just throwing it out there. You can't spread the ball. You can't spread the ball and try to expect Case Keenum to throw the ball at least 60 times a game. That's not going to happen. But that's just me there.
I want to hear y'all for this next game.
Game of the week. I'm calling it. Game of the week. Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Game of the week.
My
Let me get this. I'm going Jacksonville. I like Patrick Mahomes. But how many times have we seen this from a rookie quarterback? We've seen it with Dak. We've seen it with Robert Griffin. We've seen it plenty of times from rookie quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Now, only reason I'm going to go with Jacksonville, if you remember Monday Night Football, right? Denver and Kansas City. The only reason Denver won is because, for one, Case Keenum. But for two, the Denver defense got tired. Jacksonville defense do not get tired. Do not get tired. You better run Kareem Hunt like you ain't running no more, because you ain't gonna be able to throw. You ain't gonna. Sammy Watkins out too. Sammy Watkins ain't coming back. Oh, yeah, Sammy Watkins out too. Yeah, because they're gonna have Tyreek Hill on lock. You know who's gonna have Tyreek Hill on lock. The number one dude that been talking trash about every single receiver in the league. He gonna have that boy on lock.
My favorite team and my favorite players on my favorite team. Ramsey, my favorite player.
I love Ramsey, man. I love Ramsey. And I think they're going to make –
But he can back it up, so.
I think this right here is Patrick Mahomes' biggest test. You know, I think every rookie quarterback gets their test when they go against a top-notch defense. Jacksonville always have a top-notch defense, you know. The only thing I don't like about Jacksonville is Blake Bortles is a mediocre quarterback, and I can't stand him.
I've been saying this. That's the only thing. Fournette is out this week. He's out again this week. Like I said, I'm going with Jacksonville as well. I just like the defense. I think Blake Bortles is going to have a great game because Kansas City defense stinks. They stink.
Exactly.
And I think Blake Bortles is going to have a good game like he did this past week. And just to let y'all know, the Chiefs is the worst defense in the NFL outside the Raiders and the Colts. They are last. They are dead last. We are third to last.
One thing we know
Bortles can do good on that defense.
One thing we do know about Jacksonville is what they're going to do this week is the same thing the Bills did with Minnesota. They're going to control every single second of that game. They're going to control the game. If Jacksonville keep control of that game, Patrick Mahomes will not be able to get off. You know, he will not be able to get off because if you throw on a run against Jacksonville, I'm telling you, you're going to get picked off. You're going to get picked off.
And then they got better linebackers as well, you know, that could actually cover the tight end as well. So Travis Kelce was shut out in the first half because Chris Harris was on him. But now when you took Chris Harris off of him, he went off in the second half. So I'm taking the Jaguars as well. I got it in a close game. I got it 31-30.
I got it 31-28.
31-28 seems good. 31-24. No, I do 31-21.
Yeah,
I do 31-21.
I feel like this game's tough to call because Mahomes did go up against a pretty good defense with the Broncos, but the Jaguars are a whole new monster. Even though the offense has been incompetent at times, same thing with the Patriots. It shut down Tom Brady, shut down Gronk. You know, and Mahomes, I don't think it should be any different. I want to say the Chiefs, but I'm going to stay with the Jags just because of defense and the fact that Kansas City's defense can't stop anything. So Blake Bortles has been up and down. I'm a fan of Blake Bortles, but I do notice that he's very inconsistent. One week he'll throw for 150 yards. Next week he'll throw for 250, 300. So it's like, I don't know. Against the Chiefs defense, I think he'll have a good game, but Blake has just been up and down. Bottom line, Jacksonville defense slows down Mahomes, stops the run game. If Mahomes is able to pull this off, then I'm picking the Chiefs almost every week because it seems like an impossible game for him to win. And if he does win it, I'm not doubting him. But if they're able to slow down Tom Brady and Belichick and Mahomes is able to rise to the occasion and beat them, it'd be crazy. I'm going to say I would say like a mid-scoring game. I'd say like 21 – I'll say 24-20. I think it'll be a closer game than a lot of people think. I'll give Mahomes the benefit of the doubt, but Jaguars win it all to them.
The kid, we waiting on you, buddy.
The connections in and out, but I do like Jacksonville. That defense is crazy, and Jalen Ramsey back there. They got D.D. Westbrook and Cole. Was it Keenan Cole? So I mean, they got a little bit of weapons. I still think Jacksonville needs to draft a QB for the future because Bortles ain't it. But I'm picking Jacksonville.
I think Bortles is it. He just don't like. He has all number 2 receivers. Like he don't have that number 1 he could rely on.
Right.
That's the only thing. I mean, understand you had what's his name that went down in the beginning of the year? What's his name? I forgot the name of the receiver name that was going to be the number 1 for them. But yeah.
What his name start like?
I forgot what his name was, but that's for another story for another time. But I like Jacksonville as well. But we going with another good game, another rivalry game. Me personally, NFC North game, Green Bay Packers versus the Detroit Lions.
Oh.
So we're going to go last because we did this pick already. So if y'all want to talk about this game, y'all go talk about that bad man and Aaron Rodgers, I guess.
Who gave him that name, the bad man?
Stephen A. Smith.
It's a tough game, but I'll say the Packers win it. The Lions are like very inconsistent. They're one of the most inconsistent teams in the NFL. I like Stafford a lot, even though Stafford's to me is a top 10 QB. They just can never get it done no matter what they do. Matt Patricia's the first-year coach, has done a not-so-great job. He's done okay. But Rodgers hasn't been playing like Rodgers the last few games. Used to him throwing 3 TDs a game, 2 TDs a game. All of his receivers are hurt this week. So I still think he's going to get it done. Lions running game's coming around a little bit. But for some reason, they just fold. Like every close game, they fold. Matt Stafford always has to bring them back in the fourth quarter, gets them close, and then they just lose. So I'm going to say the Packers in a close one in this game.
Me too. I got the Packers 35-31.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm going with the upset because they are in Detroit. I'm going with the Detroit Lions. Like I said, just because they blew out the Bills 22-0, it doesn't make the Green Bay Packers a great defense.
That's not the only.
Period. It doesn't make them a great defense. Packers do not have a running game. Aaron Jones or Jamal Williams is not getting it done. They got a good receiving core. Don't get me wrong. But you're going to make Aaron Rodgers understand he's not 100% healthy, but you're going to make him throw the ball 60 times. Aaron Rodgers is going to be worn out. I like Matthew Stafford. I like what he's doing with this running back core. I like the young receivers that he got there. Golden Tate is the most underrated receiver in the game. He don't get the respect that he don't get the respect that he deserves. That's just me. He was like that in Seattle. He was like that in Detroit. Always an underrated receiver. I like the Packers. I do. But I'm taking the Lions here. I got more confidence in the Lions at home. My score, I got 28-21 Lions.
Is it my turn? I'm sorry. I was having connection issues.
Go ahead.
I know this is kind of hard because you still got Aaron Rodgers. You still got the weapons. On a bad leg. It seems like he's still producing. But then Stafford, he's sometimey. And then you do got Golden Tate. You got Marvin Jones. They finally got a good running game. I think this game's gonna be close.
Me too.
I'm gonna pick Detroit.
Talk, upset pick. Talk, I'm talking about.
I'm gonna take Detroit.
That defense stinks in Green Bay. I don't care about Matthews. That's all they got. They don't got nothing else. They got a 40-year-old corner that can't cover nobody, and they think they great because they blew out the Bills.
Don't forget Breland. You know he can't cover a fly.
Oh, Breland just as horrible as please. I ain't worrying about the Packers. I'm taking the Lions here.
All right. Well, damn. I guess that's 3 of us taking Detroit.
Oh, Trev out here. Trev along with the day.
That's shocking.
And I'm gonna tell you why I'm taking Detroit. Right?
I picked the Packers too.
Oh, yeah.
You said Kansas City has the worst defense. Okay, we know that, but they have the worst all-around defense. But Detroit has the worst run defense. However, Green Bay running backs are not like that at all. You keep and the thing is, even if they start Aaron Jones this week, if you keep the boy from 1 or 2, Aaron Jones, he's the type of running back, he gets frustrated if he see he can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, that's going to force Aaron Rodgers to throw the ball, and Aaron Rodgers like 2 hits from getting put out for the season. You know? Tell you the truth, you know? And then on top of that, I mean, Matt Stafford, the boy got weapons that's going to go off on that Green Bay secondary, which is weak when they playing in Detroit. Which is weak when they play in Detroit. Look, earlier I did a podcast, right? I looked up the past 10 years between these 2 teams. All right, the past 10 years in Detroit, they own Green Bay. They own Green Bay. They own Aaron Rodgers. Own him, you know. So without Aaron Rodgers.
No, not every year.
Not every year. I mean, last year. I'm the only reason I'm not. Last year, that's because Aaron Rodgers was out. They swept Green Bay last year, but Aaron Rodgers was out for games. I think, you know. But the thing is, it's just I don't know. Like I don't think he have Randall Cobb this year. I don't think he have Randall Cobb this weekend. You know, he's gonna have to throw to what's the boy name, Allison, his new target. You know, but you got to get the ball to him first. And then on top of that, Detroit looks like they tightened up their offense a little bit last week. You know, So I'm gonna go with Detroit. You know, I don't think no rivalry is an upset. I don't think this would be an upset. Yeah. I think Detroit will win because they're supposed to win.
I say it's an upset because as highly as everybody talks about Aaron Rodgers in this wide receiving core that he has, they talk really highly of him. Just because Detroit lost to Dallas last week, Matthew Stafford put them in position to win that game. It was the defense that lost that game for Detroit.
Yeah, and just like I said, they have the worst run defense. That's why Ezekiel got off.
Right.
He got off last week, you know, but that still couldn't throw. That was all Zeke's game right there.
Mm-hmm.
That put a ball against him, you know. That was off the fact that Zeke just got off that game, you know. So
we got young commentator here and Trevor going with the Packers. Let's just see on Sunday.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see.
Right. So we going with an AFC North game here. The Baltimore Ravens versus Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns. I'm going with the Ravens here. Ravens have the #1 defense in points allowed.
So they
have the #1 defense in points allowed. They don't allow a lot of points on that defense. Baker Mayfield, he has the Carlos Hyde and Landry and all that, but what I saw against Pittsburgh is a very stout defense in Pittsburgh at that.
You picked Pittsburgh, and I didn't pick Pittsburgh because.
Yeah, you picked Baltimore last week. I picked Pittsburgh last week, but I was wrong. I'm going with the Ravens here. I'm going 30-17. They're going to be in Cleveland. I do like Cleveland's defense, but I like the Ravens defense, and I think Flacco will have a good game. He's going to have an okay game. I got the Ravens 30-17.
Also picking Baltimore. T-Sizzle. He's still on the defense. He's the last one left from Ray Lewis down to Ed Reed. But, he's still good in the pass rush. He's still good on the run. Collins, the running game starting to come along. The receiver, what's his name? John
Brown.
Yeah, John Brown. He's starting to come alive. Flacco just got to give him the ball. He just have to utilize him. But I like Baltimore. Cleveland ain't scoring. I mean, they'll score, but they're not winning.
Just a fun fact for our league at work, Trev. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to trade for John Brown, which I don't understand why, because he averaged double-digit points in fantasy the first 4 weeks of the and I can't use them because I have like Jordy Nelson and Michael Thomas and Cooper Kupp, but I try to get trades for RB2 and nobody wants to pick him up. I don't understand it.
I got RB2s. They just haven't been playing that good. So if you want, you can send me a trade. I'll definitely take him. I know he's got 3 TDs in 4 games. You know what I mean? He's been Flacco's number 1 receiver. Crabtree's just possession receiver, get like 50, 60 yards. JB's almost guaranteed like a TD or 80 yards a game. So, I definitely like the Ravens in this game. The Browns, I like Mayfield. I mean, I feel like Mayfield's going to have a good year ultimately, but I don't think he's going to be able to take the Browns his first year and just excel in the AFC North. So I'm going to go with the Ravens. I like their defense a lot. Joe Flacco's been playing pretty good, believe it or not. I know he shows a lot of inconsistencies, and especially with the offensive line that he's given and the work that he's doing. I respect him for that. I think the Ravens will be good later in the year, ultimately being trumped by the Steelers, but I'm going to pick the Ravens for this one.
Yeah, I definitely like the Ravens, man. They look like the playoff team Ravens. And then you got Hayden Hurst coming in this week. He debuts this week too. I'm really excited to see him. I've always been a fan of him, even in college. I would like to see them utilize Crabtree more, but Crabtree is a number 2 receiver. He's not a number 1. But I mean, I like to see them use Crabtree a little bit more. I noticed last week they started using Willie Snead a little bit more. So I just Cleveland do play good at home. Don't get me wrong, which is why I actually think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be one of those low-scoring games. Cleveland I think it's going to be like a Cleveland and Pittsburgh. But instead of tied, Baltimore just going to Baltimore.
Yeah, I had to agree with that. I mean, I do have it as 30-17. I just feel like John Brown goes off. I think Willie Snead will probably get his breakout game. Mm-hmm. They having him there. And then on defense, Eric Weddle is just a problem at safety.
Yes.
He's just a problem. He's the most underrated safety in the game that he don't get talked about. I just don't understand it. So I got the Ravens. We all got the Ravens here. This is a clean sweep here. Finally, we got a clean sweep. So we got the New York Giants going into Carolina for the Carolina Panthers, man. The Carolina Panthers. I picked the Panthers 30-27 in this game. I know Saquon is a good running back. Odell is great. Sterling Shepard is fine. They're number 2 receiver, but I like Cam and what he's doing with the offense here. The RPO, the spread, McCaffrey, get DJ Moore, another Philly native, get DJ Moore get him into the flow of things. But I like the Panthers here. I like the Panthers 30-27.
I like the Panthers 24-14.
I like that score. I'm definitely going to go with the Panthers. I mean, not because I'm biased or anything. But I really feel like the defense is going to be a lot stronger with Eric Reed. Donte Jackson has been balling for us. He's a good playmaking corner. I like him a lot. The Giants, I feel like they do have offensive pieces. Like you have Odell, you have Saquon. I feel like Evan Ingram being out is hurting Eli a lot more too. The line's been inconsistent, but Evan Ingram was always the guy that, could work middle of the field, get him like a 7-yard gain or something like that. Right now, it's either Shepard or Odell, or we're handing it off to Saquon. So he doesn't have that fourth element to the offense. As far as the Panthers go, McCaffrey finally was toted the rock 28 times. Last time they played, he had over like $180. I finally feel like they're trying to get him even more involved in the offense, even though we have C.J. Anderson, who had probably 13 carries to McCaffrey's 28. So they're trying to get the running game going. As far as receivers go, I like Curtis Samuel a lot. He was out for those 3 games that we had him. I feel like the offense will be a lot more faster with him in the lineup, especially Damiere Byrd. Damiere Byrd is one of my favorite players on the team. He's just always hurt, extremely fast. Every time you put him on a kickoff, gets you 30, 35 yards, might run back for a touchdown. I feel like Cam's offense is starting to open up a lot. As far as the Giants go, defense has been pretty solid at best. Same with the offense, especially with Eric Reed being there. I'm picking the Panthers in this one. I think it'll be closer. I'll say like 30-20.
I'll go with Carolina on this. I think Carolina is going to be too much for the Giants. Giants don't have enough firepower to get over Carolina. I know they got Odell. They got Saquon. It's really the two. They got Sterling Shepard. But like Trevor said, Ingram being out, that's another piece for Eli. And Carolina got an okay defense. They definitely not getting past the Giants. So Carolina, I like 24-14.
Yes.
I also like 24-14 Carolina. Reason being just because Giants have a lot of defensive injuries. Oliver Vernon is supposed to be coming back this week, but I mean he's still being monitored day to day. Same thing like with Eli Apple and stuff like that. So I just don't think the Giants would be able to stop Carolina's run game. So I mean I got Carolina. I mean I love 24-14. That sounds all right.
All right, so
Everybody like 24.
it's about that time. The Oakland Raiders going up against the LA Chargers in LA. You might say this is a home game for us too. But we did our picks for already. Y'all already know how. I'm gonna say what I gotta say at the end, but I'm gonna let y'all pick this game. Raiders at Chargers.
I got Raiders. I got Raiders in a high-scoring game.
I knew he was going to Millie Rock.
Gruden won his first game. Expect a few more after that. Expect a few more after that. And on top of that, Chargers defense is not like that. I swear. I done heard a few people cite Chargers defense. Chargers defense is not like that at all. And then after what I seen from San Francisco, I mean, I got to rock with. I got to rock with Oakland. Division game. Gruden. He needs his game. He needs his game. The Beast been playing good this year, despite the losses. The Beast has been playing good this year. And then on top of that, I think Jordy Nelson gonna have that game this week. So as far as the score. I do think it would be like a high-scoring game, like on some, I don't know. I want to say like 31-34 type.
I got 35-28.
I think Derek Carr is going to go off. He's going to find Amari Cooper. Marshawn's going to run. He's going to get Jared Cook involved. So, them two right there. I have Oakland pulling this one out.
Whoa, you calling this a blowout?
Not calling it a blowout, but I got them pulling this one out.
Mm.
I'm sorry, D. I mean, I did call the Raiders' first win last week. I mean, I just feel like Chargers offense is very potent, especially against a division opponent. I feel like they know the Raiders well. I feel like they always battle when it's them two, but Phillip Rivers just likes to snap out, man. Division games, you know, he's very hungry. You know what I mean? You could tell that he wants to win. I just feel like Phillip Rivers is too good of a QB. He has too many weapons when they're on the field if they're not injured. Raiders have been inconsistent. They're definitely trending up. Chargers defense, same thing's been injured. But overall, I'm gonna say the Chargers. The offense is, I feel like, it's too much for the Raiders defense right now. They're definitely missing Khalil Mack. I mean, I know that ship set and going, but I think the Chargers offense is going to be too much for the Raiders defense. I do think Derek Carr is starting to come around. I'm a big John Gruden fan too, so I want to work out for the Raiders. But this game, I'm going to take the Chargers. I say 31-17.
Everybody picked the Raiders, and I'm picking them as well. And I'm gonna tell you why, Trevor.
Me too.
All right.
I'm gonna tell you why.
What's up, D?
Derek Carr had a better game last week than Phillip Rivers stats-wise. That's one. Number two, only thing that the Chargers have on offense if Keenan Allen is shut down is Melvin Gordon. I'm not really a big fan of Williams yet. Williams had one good game. Mm-hmm. He's cool. But if Keenan Allen gets shut down, Antonio Gates can't run that fast. Hunter Henry, I think he's still out. Melvin Gordon is all they have. But Oakland, we have more weapons.
Jordy.
I'll tell you what though, with the Chargers, what I've noticed the past couple years, because their receivers get hurt every year.
True.
Tyrod Williams steps up. They got Eckler now on third down and plus some. You know what I mean? Mike Williams is coming around. He's had a couple games where he's had like 2 touchdowns, 80 yards. I feel like he's coming around. But I do notice that the Chargers receivers always step up, regardless who it is. Phillip Rivers has a repertoire with Tyrell Williams, Mike Williams, Eckler. Gordon is going to feast. Like, he's just a goal line monster. You get him the ball inside the 10, it's like, you know, and just throwing the ball. I feel like they're going to be able to run the ball as well as pass. I just feel like even though his receivers aren't great, he just has a great chemistry with all of them, and they all produce for him. He knows how to use them. So I'm just going to say, I mean, Phillip Rivers I like a lot. It's just the injuries kill the Chargers, man. I mean, I'll stay with the Chargers.
I just feel like that if a lot of people praise the Chargers, right? A lot of people praise the Chargers, but they struggled against a 49ers defense that didn't have no Garoppolo on offense either. So I feel like if they could put up 24 points against LA Chargers, I think we could put up 34. I got 34-31 Raiders, us going on a game-winning drive, keeping Phillip Rivers off the field, and we kick the game-winning field goal. That's how I like it.
I got 35.
I got you.
So I got the Oakland Raiders taking that game. You know, it's about the nation. You know what I'm saying? It's about the nation. But I'm going with this next game here. We have the Miami Dolphins, the 3-1 Miami Dolphins, going up against the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati. We made our picks, so we'll tell y'all our picks last.
I got Cincinnati. Man. And I think it's going to be a clear win. I think it's going to be a clear W, man. Cincinnati, I'm not a big Andy Dalton fan, man, but the man is putting up numbers this year, win or loss. He's putting up numbers, you know. I don't know. I'm not sure if Mixon is coming back this week. They might hold him out for another week, you know, just to monitor his movements or whatever. But I mean, Tyler Boyd, man, I love him. Boyd is a beast. Boyd is a beast, man. However, I don't. Is AJ Green hurt? Did AJ Green get hurt against the Dolphins?
No.
I think he's gonna play though.
Yeah, I think he did get hurt, but he had the game-winning touchdown as against the Falcons.
He did. And what about John Ross?
Oh, I didn't hear nothing about John Ross yet, but I heard that he's supposed to expect to play, but he's day to day.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, I like Cincinnati. I think it's going to be oh man, I don't even want to say a score, man. I'm gonna say 17-31.
You going 31-17 Bengals?
Yep.
All right.
I'm gonna stay with Cincinnati as well. Both 3-1 teams. Cincinnati's just been playing with a lot more flair. For them to beat the Falcons like that, I mean, even though the Falcons struggling on defense, I do like Andy Dalton a lot. Another quarterback who's up and down. When he's up, he's up. 3-1, leading the division right now. I feel like he can't afford to lose. He knows the Steelers are coming back. Ravens have been playing solid. Dolphins let me down last week. I picked them as my sleeper team to beat New England, and New England for some reason. But their running game has just been non-existent. Like, I have Kenyon Drake. That's a running back too for you if you want him, D. Has been getting me like 3 points a game, and I thought he was gonna snap this year. Frank Gore outtouched him 13-4 in the New England game. They just haven't been able to get it running the ball at all, and Bengals have been pretty stout on defense. I'm gonna pick the Bengals. I don't think it's gonna be close at all. Bengals run away with this game, say 28-14. I'll give them a little bit benefit there. I'd definitely say Bengals 28-14.
It's another game I'm not saying interested, but it's just like, I got Cincinnati. Tyler Eifers done for the season, broke his ankle. But I do like Tyler Boyd. Running game, and I do got Cincinnati. I say let's go 30-24.
Well, me and young commentator here, we picked.
My answer.
Go ahead, talk.
I got my answer from because the week before the week, the Bengals beat the Ravens, and if the Bengals can beat the Ravens and the Steelers, what make you think the Ravens can't beat the Dolphins?
Talk that shit, baby. Talk, baby. Talk.
I'm just gonna say it now. If you can beat, let's just say, if you can beat two division rivals, then you can beat a team that just got blowed out the week before. So I'm just gonna say that.
I got the Bengals here. I got the Bengals here as well. I really like Giovanni Bernard. I like how he played last week. He stepped up on first and second downs, put him in the screen game, let him run downhill. I definitely like him there, especially when Joe Mixon is out. AJ Green's expected to play. I really don't want to see. I'm not going to see too much from John Ross, but I know Tyler Boyd is going to have a breakout game. I just don't like the Dolphins' defense here against that wide receiving core. Andy Dalton is an up and down quarterback, but I think when he plays at home, he plays better. So I got the Bengals here. I got 28-17 Bengals. So we got that game out the way.
21-10.
You got 21-10 Bengals?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're going to go straight into this game. I'm not really interested in this game.
Me either.
Josh Rosen and the Arizona Cardinals going up against the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, God.
Trevor scratching his head because he knows this game is going to be boring as hell. I picked the 49ers to win 17-10. This is going to be a close game. It's in San Francisco. Josh Rosen is going to be playing good in warm weather. I mean, he did play at UCLA last year. So, I mean, he's going to – technically it's like a home game for him, but I still like the 49ers. I still like the wide receiver core. Larry Fitzgerald, I just feel bad for him.
Right.
I just feel bad for him in this. David Johnson's still a good top running back in this league. Don't get me wrong. Matt Breida is a underrated running back for the 49ers, but I still got the 49ers winning this game. They get their second win of the year. I got them 17-10 over the Arizona Cardinals.
I got 49ers
17-4. He got 17-14 49ers.
Yeah, that's the score I was going to pick, too. I'm going to roll with the 49ers. I think Matt Breida has a big game. Still a question mark around Rosen. I know he got his first start. Did okay, I guess. The Cardinals have just been disgusting. David Johnson not getting any running room, stacked 7 in the box against him each game. I actually like Beathard, not as a QB, but as a winner. I feel like he wins them games, or not necessarily wins them games, but I feel like his skill set is so random. They don't have a lot of tape on him, so they don't really know how to approach him yet. I don't know. I think Beathard pulls it off, gets like a Russian TD or something like that. 2 picks and a touchdown, but they still wind up winning because of a big game from Breida. So I'm going to go with 49ers.
I don't even got no explanation for this. I'm just going to say 49ers.
I absolutely agree with you there. We just going to keep it moving. Kid, who you got, man?
The Niners. There's no point in explaining.
Yeah,
I think me, Trev, the young commentator, already explained why the 49ers is going to win this game. I think there's nothing else to actually really say there. So we just going to go into the next game.
I like this game too.
Another game of the week for me. The Minnesota Vikings versus the Philadelphia Eagles. This is going to be the game of the week. I think so.
I'll go first on this one.
Yeah, because since you're the Eagles fan, I'll let you go first on this one.
As much as I love my team, I'm not going to go with my team. And I'm going to tell you why. Our secondary stinks. Stinks. There's no way in heck our corners couldn't cover a cough. You couldn't. Fourth and 15, you got to be kidding me. Diggs and Thielen, they're going to run all over us.
Right.
Even though I do like our front, I do think we can get pressure to Kirk Cousins. They can't stop. They're not going to stop that receiving core. We taking an L this week. Minnesota.
I know. I said the same thing. If you can't stop a team in 15 yards, what make you think you can stop a better offense for 10?
That's a fact.
For 10.
That is a fact. And
you get 3 chances.
We both going with the Vikings here. This is not the Case Keenum of last year. This is Kirk Cousins that went up against this defense 2 times a year in Washington. He knows this defense, y'all. And now he has – honestly, Kirk Cousins has the best weapons around him in his career outside of having Pierre Garçon and Deshaun Jackson in Washington. He has the best receiving core. Then you have Dalvin Cook. Needs to touch the ball more. There's no way that he has 10 carries against the Rams. There's no way he should have had 10 carries. And Kirk Cousins had more rushing yards than Dalvin Cook in that game. That's totally unacceptable. That cannot happen with this front for the Philadelphia Eagles. It can't happen.
I think the defense may be able to contain Cook, but they're not going. They're going to throw all day.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. I just think Carson Wentz, he's not there yet offensively. Alshon Jeffrey might have a better game than he had last week against Tennessee, but I just feel like it's going to be a close game. I still got it as 28-24. I still think Eagles is going to put up points because Anthony Barr better not be going up against no freaking Zach Ertz. He better not be.
No, it's a wrap.
He better not be. That's all I'm going to say about that. I got 28-24 Minnesota Vikings getting a bounce back win.
28-17 Vikings.
I'm going to go with the Vikings. I feel like there's going to be a lot of angry Eagles fans this week. A lot of road rage. Stay off the streets. But
I just want my coffee.
Yeah, I feel like 2 games in a row the Eagles are going to lose. I mean, I don't blame the Eagles for not being as good this year. I mean, Last year was just their year. Offensive line, for some reason, has just been playing like garbage. I mean, and you know me, I'm not an Eagles fan. I still watch all the games. The line is just shut down on the Eagles completely.
JP needs to retire.
Yeah, he's definitely on his list.
This should be his last game. His last season.
Yup. Everything, the secondary, Jalen Mills, defensive coach. Swartz doesn't want to change anything on defense. He wants to keep leaving Jalen Mills and one-on-one coverages. I mean, the team is just not their year this year. Like you said, Kirk Cousins has been against his defense 2 times a year for his 4 years starting on the Redskins. Got the best of them up until last year. Kirk Cousins always came down the field on the game-winning drive through a TD to Jordan Reed. Yeah. So I just think the Vikings are too much offensively for the Eagles. Stephon Diggs is going to snap. I'm telling you right now. This is going to be the game where Jim Swartz decides that Jalen Mills is fit to play on the outside. Stephon Diggs is going to burn them all game. Kirk Cousins goes off for 400+. I'm picking the Vikings in the game 28-14. Like 31-14. 31-14.
Ooh.
I am taking Vikings also, and I'm going to stick with Joe 28-14. You said 28-14? I'm probably going to stick with that. And I'm going to tell you the reason why I'm taking the Vikings, besides from the point that y'all made. Kirk Cousins has a 99.7 passer rating against the Eagles. That's why I'm going to take the Vikings. A 99.7 passer rating against the Eagles. He's 4-3 against the Eagles.
Almost 100 percentage.
He's 4-3 against the Eagles. And just like my man D said, I mean, Wentz ain't. Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna say Wentz. I don't think it's anybody on the Eagles that's 100% healthy.
Ajayi's playing with a small fracture in his back. One hit, that's a wrap.
That's it.
He needs to sit.
And then last week, Aguilar fucking, he's starting to drop balls again.
Yeah, they look like the 26.
He's starting to drop balls again. So, I mean, Minnesota, I like the 28-14 thing, man.
You got double as many points.
Right. I agree with that. So we all taking a clean sweep for the Vikings here.
It's not technically a sweep.
It is a clean sweep because everybody took the Vikings.
Oh, I thought you mean like a clean.
No, everybody picks was the Vikings. So let's just go to the next game here. NFC West game.
I like this.
LA Rams versus Seattle Seahawks.
I don't like it.
This is a very confusing game. And I'm going to say why, because you just don't know with the Seattle Seahawks in these division games. You just don't know. Like now, Seattle Seahawks used to be the top team in the NFC West. Now they're not. They're gunning for the Rams. Now you just don't know. It might just flip. But I don't see it happening. Russell Wilson don't have nobody to throw to. Doug Baldwin can't stay healthy. Earl Thomas gave them the middle finger. So with that being said, I'm going with the Rams. 31-17 in the 12th man. I'm taking it. I think Goff get it done on the road.
I picked the same thing.
I'll tell you what, I'm definitely taking the Rams. Not only because they're a great team, best team in the league, but even for the past 3 or 4 years, the Rams somehow still beat the Seahawks when the Seahawks were favored each year. And now it's just like no contest. Russell Wilson, also another person I'm blaming for my fantasy loss, gave me 8 points. You know what I mean? They haven't been able to throw the ball. They finally got Mike Davis running the ball. Somebody's producing for them running. Chris Carson was out. Mike Davis had a big game, but Seahawks offense is just disgusting. I'm just about to drop Russell and just check it at this point because, that 1 point loss got me, and he's one of the other main reasons why I just don't believe in the Seahawks. Rams, even without one of their star corners, even though they did give up a lot of points to the Vikings, they're still the Rams. You still can't run on them, and Russell's going to be running for his life. He might have one of his worst games that he had in a while. I'm picking the Rams. I mean, it could be a close game or it could be a blowout, but either way, I'm staying with the Rams.
I got Seattle scoring one time. I give them one. Whether it's a field goal or a touchdown, I give them one. There's nobody in Seattle for Russell no more. Baldwin can't stay. He can't stay. He's always injured.
I mean, you got Brandon Marshall, but he might break a leg, so who knows?
They can't stay healthy. They need to figure out some pieces over there in Seattle. And that poor defense, all they got is what, Bobby Wagner?
Yeah, Bobby Wagner is left, yep.
There is no more Legion of Boom. And like you said,
Right.
Earl Thomas flipped them. It was like, forget y'all. He said, screw you guys, I'm going home. But yeah, no contest there. Definitely the Rams. Too much power there. And Russell ain't gonna have nowhere to run.
I'm the same way, man. I think the Rams have a chip on their shoulder, man, from last year, and I don't think they're gonna stop anytime soon. I think Russell Wilson is gonna have under 200, maybe under 150 yards passing. Their rushing game is gonna be under 100 yards, and I think they probably. You gave him a touchdown. I'm gonna give him a touchdown in the field goal. I'm gonna get a field goal in the last minute. Under 5 minutes of the fourth, I give him a field goal too. I give him 10 points, like 28-10 type shit. You know what I'm saying? But I can't go against the Rams right now, man. I mean, their receivers is on point. Running back, you already know. Quarterback, you already know. Defense, you already know. They probably got the best young coach out right now because Sean McVay shows he knows football. You know, he knows football, and I like that. So I think I think Russ better run from Super. He just need to focus.
And Darnold.
Yeah. He should not focus on winning. It's just focus on not getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? That's what I got. So,
go ahead, man.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, now I remember what I was gonna say. Okay, so the best running back is on the Rams. A solid QB is also on the Rams. A great wide receiving core is also on the Rams. And they have a okay tight end also on the Rams. And they have a good defense also on the Rams. And they can kick field goals, and that's also on the Rams. So, I mean, the Rams got everything.
Yeah, the Rams are the most complete football team in the NFL.
The Rams just let go of their kicker and sign somebody else that can kick. Because everybody knows.
Yeah, because their kicker, Zerline, I had him in my fantasy until he pulled his groin, and he's been out ever since. So I had to go pick up a kicker, which I was pretty mad about that because he was the top kicker outside of Justin Tucker. I was livid about that. But
now they got the boy Santos kicking. Yeah. He came from Kansas City.
Yeah. So.
But Santos is going to be there until Zerlin comes back, and then they boot Santos.
They're going to boot Santos. The NFL is petty as hell, yo. The NFL organization is petty, yo. They are real petty. All right, so we got this Sunday night game.
The rest of them is
all I'm going to say is Texas forever in this game. Dallas Cowboys versus the Houston Texans. In Houston.
Deshaun Watson is going to go off. Watch what I say. The boy is back. Y'all don't believe me? Watch what I say. The boy is back. He is back. I would like to see him be back on a team way better than the Cowboys because the Cowboys is trash. Simple as that. Cowboys is trash. Why are they trash? Because they don't know how to use what the hell they got. That's why they trash. You understand what I'm saying? They don't know how to use their receivers. They got Zeke. Dak is some shit. He was some shit with Mississippi State. He's shit now. That's just what it is. But my man, Deshaun Watson is going to go off. I guarantee.
Just to let y'all know, Trevor does have Deshaun Watson in his fantasy.
And
so I know
Fuller.
you.
Yeah. And I got Will Fuller on him too. I made sure I got both of them.
So because you was waiting for him to snap.
Yep, I knew it was coming. It's just a matter of time because you don't hold somebody down like that from last year and have him coming off injury, he's back. I mean, last year was ridiculous for him. So I know Texans will be up there at the end.
I'm going with the Texans as well. I think Texas I might give them 2 more points. I had them at 38. I think they're going to score 40.
So it's going
I got it 40-28.
I got it.
40. I got it 40-28. I feel like this offense is coming around now. DeAndre Hopkins, Will Fuller, Lamar Miller, Griffin at the tight end. This defense.
What's that? Third wide receiver,
Goldie.
the young boy,
Cody. Get his first name.
Yeah, Coty or something like that. He's coming around as well. But this defense has stepped up when they needed to against Indianapolis. And once you take Zeke away from this offense, they do not have nothing. They don't have nothing in Dallas. I like Dallas defense. I think Dallas defense is pretty solid, but they never went up against a real mobile quarterback in the first 4 weeks. And Deshaun Watson is a mobile quarterback that can throw on the run. So I think the Texans is going to have this crowd go crazy at home. They're going to score 40, and I got it 40-28 Texas over Dallas.
I'm going to tell you what, though. I'm picking the Cowboys in the game.
What?
I'm picking the Cowboys. Only because I feel like they got their back against the ball. Right? No. It's just one of those games where I feel like Deshaun Watson is definitely going to have a good game. I think the game's going to be close. The Cowboys have finally come around a little bit, I guess you could say. I feel like they feel disrespected. The defense has been playing terrible. Dak, I like a lot. I like Zeke a lot. I think the Cowboys are going to control the game, running the ball, like Dak do his dink and dunks, keeping Deshaun Watson off the field, unfortunately. But this is my sleeper game for this week. I know I've been bad with sleeper games for the last since we started. I have a feeling the Cowboys are going to win this game in a close game. I'm picking the Cowboys.
Now, my question to you is this. Now, if they stop Zeke from getting the dunks and all that, what happens when they stop Zeke? Who can you rely on to go after when if they shut out Zeke with Clowney and Watt on that front line?
Don't say Cole, please.
Nobody.
And you're picking the Cowboys to win.
I'm going the Cowboys. Yeah.
Ooh.
I think Dak ultimately gets it done. He's been playing like garbage. I know, 1 TD a game, throwing like 170 yards a game. I feel like Dak's going to get it done. It's going to go strictly off the back of Dak, and Zeke's going to have a big game. The whole thing is it all revolves around Zeke. I think Zeke's going to snap. Texans defense, for some reason, is just bad. I mean, bad. Deshaun Watson, I don't think it's going to be his fault that they lose. I just think the Cowboys are going to control the clock, and they're just going to wind up winning this game. I just have a feeling about it. And it's crazy because after the Vikings and Bills game, I had a feeling, right? When I was playing FanDuel, I had the Vikings defense. I was like, man, watch the Bills snap in this game for some reason. I mean, I know I picked the Vikings for a blowout, and it just happened. I'm going to go with the Cowboys in this game in a big upset. But I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
I got the Texans because they barely won last game with one of the worst rush defenses in the league. What make you think they're gonna do it with a good rush defense in the league? Like you said, who they gonna go to if Zeke is covered? And JJ Watt, he was having a pretty good game last week. Jadavion did too.
Yeah.
I just feel like that offensive line is not going to do it. The offensive line stinks for Dallas. I mean, but think about it, like, but I kind of understand where Trevor coming from. Like, so, like, if Zeke gets shut down, Dak's going to have to do it on his own, and no receiver's going to have to get open. Period. They're going to have to get open.
The whole thing revolves around Zeke, though. I feel like if Zeke doesn't have a big game, that's a shutdown right there. But I think it's going to be one of those games, last drive, and they pull it out somehow. I mean, I'm not a Cowboys fan or anything. I like Dak, but I really feel like they're going to try to control the clock on them, and they're going to wind up doing it. That's my best explanation. But like I said, it's a deep sleeper pick. But I'm going with the Cowboys. I'm trusting my gut.
I got the Texans 31-17.
Who is Dak throwing to? In the words of Keith Sweat, nobody. Like, who is he? They don't have nobody. There's no more Witten error, no more Dez. Again, they need to call that man and apologize.
According to First Take, they said the question was, will Dez rejoin the Dallas Cowboys if he was offered?
He better if he wants some money and he wants the ball, definitely he better sign that deal.
Man, I think Jacksonville need to give him a call. Is a better fit for him in Jacksonville than it is in Dallas. I'm sorry.
With no quarterback in Jacksonville,
I would take Blake Bortles with a number one receiver over Dak Prescott with a bunch of number twos. I'm just
right.
I want him on my squad.
I feel like Dez.
I'm a Skins fan. I want him on my squad.
And that's the game we about to get into next Monday Night Football.
But I got Dallas losing. Definitely Texans.
Monday Night Football. We got a Redskins fan in the building.
Who?
Let me get this first, baby.
Redskins versus the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans in the Dome.
I am going with the Saints. I am going with the Saints on this one. Mark Ingram is back. Kamara is a monster, and I don't think we have anybody in our secondary that could slow Michael Thomas down.
I mean, you are speaking the truth because I got the Saints too, 42-31. Just because I don't think the Redskins have anything. Do they have a QB?
I mean, you know, Alex Smith.
Alex Smith.
I think they traded it. But I still got the Saints anyway because the Saints have a great offense. The Saints would have stopped more if they had a better defense, but the Saints got a great offense, so I give them 42 and allow 31 points for them.
Yeah, I like that. And the one thing I know about Alex Smith is he knows how to win. You know, so. But
I'm definitely gonna go with the Saints on this one. Drew Brees. That's all I can say about Drew Brees. They got the 1-2 punch with Kamara and Ingram, and he only needs 201 yards to be the all-time passer.
And he's going to get it.
To beat Peyton Manning. And yes, he's going to get it.
He's going to get it.
So I definitely got.
I would have picked the Saints too.
I definitely got the Saints.
Yeah, and it's crazy too because like if you look at this matchup, if you look at both of your run games in this matchup, because it's somewhat similar because you know my Skins we use Chris Thompson the way the Saints use Kamara, you know, and then. You know, AP, yeah, he's old, but based on last game, I mean, the boy, he still got something in the tank. I think he's trying to prove that he could do it. You know, I think he's trying to prove that he can still do it, you know. And I think as long as AP stay healthy, then he'd be cool. But I don't think this is the game where he would show off, you know. I think the Saints are going to force my Redskins to have to throw the ball, you know. And we don't have too many reliable receivers that play a passing game with the Saints, you know.
I'm gonna pick the Saints as well. I like the Redskins a lot to win the division this year with the Eagles struggling. But I feel like their style on offense is just a bad fit for going up against the Saints in a power just passing. I mean, you got Ingram coming back. Kamara's just been lighting it up. It's gonna basically be as if Kamara's playing the whole game, even with Ingram getting his share. I feel like Drew Brees is gonna have a big game. Redskins are their offense is coming around, but they are definitely a more of a running team with Alex Smith mixed in off the play action, giving it to Jordan Reed. I just don't think that their style of play is good for the Saints offense. I think the Saints are just going to put up too many points. I picked the Saints 30-17.
I got the Saints as well. I would like to go for the Redskins, especially if they were in the nation's capital. But since the Saints are home, they just too powerful at home. Michael Thomas is a dog out there. He had a bad week versus the Giants. He only gave me 8 points, which I still won the game in fantasy. I'm 4-0, so yeah, he did okay. But I still like the Saints here. It's just too much firepower. Drew Brees about to break Peyton Manning's record for all-time passing yards.
What if you say that and then get 170?
He's 170 in the dome. You're bugging. I don't see that happening.
I know, but just really.
No, it's not going to. Anything can happen, but I'm going with the Saints here. Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram. I think Mark Ingram's going to get his touches, but I think he's rusty, being out 4 weeks. I mean, he did play in the preseason, but a month away from football, you could be rusty, especially as a running back. You could be rusty. But I like the Saints here. I got a 42-28. I think they're going to pull a 40-burger. I mean, I'm giving – I want to get the Redskins more points, but
I can't give them more points.
I can't, but it's hard to. It's just that this Saints defense can give up a lot of points.
Yeah,
that's my only reason for it. Like, only way I give them out 32. I say 42-32. They'll lose by 10.
42-31.
Yeah, I think they'll score 30 points on the Saints, knowing that Saints defense has not come around yet.
And then on top of that, like I said, I mean, one thing about Alex Smith, I mean, he's a mediocre quarterback or whatever, but one thing he is going to try to do is he's going to do whatever thing in his possible to try to win, which means he's going to put up numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Give him a chance, he's going to put up numbers. That's without a doubt. But I think the X factor on this game is going to be Meredith. You know, of course, Josh Norman's going to be on Michael. You already know that's going to be the matchup right there. Josh Norman and Michael Thomas. You know, but Ted Ginn and Meredith, I think they're going to be the X factors of this game, you know. And if Breeze put up 40 points, I give Meredith about 2 touchdowns.
And I think the only way if the Redskins want to try to win this game, they got to keep Drew Brees off the field. They got to run the football with AP. AP's been running the football really effectively, but he's been kind of up and down. But I think in this game, you got to get Thompson more involved. And you got to get Thompson more involved, and you got to get AP. You got to keep Drew Brees off the field. That's the only way I see this happening for this game here. So I still got the Saints winning regardless. So there you have it, fellas, and everybody. This is Week 5 NFL picks, man. It's going to be a great week. Hopefully, I can go back to being 10-5 or 11. Or 12-4. Well,
hopefully, I don't have to be 8-7 again.
Man, listen.
You know, a lot of us got the same picks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of us do have. I think the picks Trevor went with the Cowboys.
Trevor
went with the Chargers, and he went with the Packers.
Oh, the Packers. Yeah.
So you along with for a couple games, bruh.
Yeah.
Actually, no, you're not, because he picked the Packers too. So you actually good. So it's 2-2. So it's
we're gonna take him, man. We're gonna take him. Watch.
I didn't really have any upset picks this week, so we'll see.
My upset pick. I mean, the Lions could be an upset pick over the Packers. The only upset pick that I could really call that's an upset pick, it's I'll say the Bills over the Titans. That could be an upset pick, but I don't see that happening.
You picked the Bills over
the Titans? I'm just saying as an upset pick. I picked the Titans to win that game.
I was about to say.
That's the only thing that could really be an upset, or you could have like Dolphins over Bengals. That could be an upset pick, but I don't see that either. So that's just what it is there. But these are Week 4 picks on the SpotLight Sports Talk podcast. Comment, like, and subscribe. Let us know about your picks, man. And follow us, man. Follow us on everything, social media, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Face Chat, whatever it is you want to follow us on. You follow us on there. Follow
Especially subscribe to the page because there is breaking news and other scores and stuff like that. So like the page.
Like the page, and definitely go ask Sports Ruffians on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, with Spotify, iTunes. It don't matter. Spotlight Sports Talk is on SoundCloud, so you'll get the audio version of this on SoundCloud as well.
And share it to everybody that watches sports that you know. Share it.
Just share. That's all we ask is share. Hit that like button, hit that alert button, and we see y'all out here in week 6 picks. It's getting real. It's getting real for NFL, man. It's getting real. And then basketball coming around. Got to start making predictions for that.
I like that.
Hockey's coming around. Baseball is in playoff contention now. Yeah, it's a lot to talk about. So definitely definitely subscribe to the channels and get all the good content. We out of here. We see y'all next week.